Welcome back to Can You Not, the all testosterone version. I don't know if you can hear it through the microphone, but there's no ladies in this room today. It's just us men.
2.5 men.
I probably deserve that.
Wait a second, who's the half man?
The half man today is Brian Shell.
Joe.
No, I'm just kidding.
Joe.
Half man, half weather master.
Airbender, guys.
Airbender.
Half man, half weather man.
That's funny.
That's his lineage. No. But no, Brian Shell has been on the show several times before. Since we know this Brian and the regular host Brian, we usually call Brian Shell I Brian.
I Bri.
And we usually call Brian Clark Why Brian.
Why Bri?
But I think you'll be able to hear the difference in their voices.
Yeah,
so.
we sound a little different. Just a little bit, just a tad.
Just a tad.
You know.
All right. Well, as we previously noted, every 10 episodes, we do a special episode where we take your suggestions on what we should talk about. So, we have done just that. You sent us your ideas, and we're going to talk about them. So, to start off, Jack wants to know our opinion on triangles.
Triangles.
Yes. Are you a fan? Do
Hmm.
either of you have a favorite shape?
Do I have a favorite shape?
Mm-hmm.
I always liked octagons.
I would say octagon, but that's a stop sign, and I hate stop sign.
He hates stop sign. Octagon's a pretty good choice, though.
That's true. Yield signs are triangles, and yield signs are pretty nice.
Yeah. And yield always feels kind of nice. It's like, you don't have to stop. Just
It's like optional.
rectangles.
Yeah, it's
rectangles,
respecting
you have a
your
wide
choices.
range.
Yeah. It's saying, you know yourself better than I know you. That's what I like about the yield sign.
I respect your choices.
But with rectangles, you have so many choices of signs.
That's true. Because you could do the vertical rectangle, or you could do the lengthwise rectangle.
And how many different signs come in rectangles?
A lot.
I kind of like circles, though, because how many signs do you see that are circles? And the ones that usually are circles are usually kind of fun.
I know. Do not enter. Oh well.
Oh, do not enter. The most dangerous sign of them all.
Yeah.
I think my favorite shape is the hourglass.
The
If you get my
hourglass.
drift. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Oh, gosh.
This is the kind of wacky hijinks when you get men in a room.
Oh, God.
No.
When you get Joe in a room. Oh, God.
No. Actually, I think triangles are a pretty good shape. I mean, there's no other way you can configure 3 lines that connect all to each other, right? Without overlapping. It's only a triangle. You can't do anything else.
Literally.
Yeah.
You cannot. You can have different angles. You can have
that's
different
Yeah,
shapes.
sure.
Different types of
All right.
triangles.
So what's your favorite type of triangle?
Ooh. I'm gonna say acute, arcute.
Acute are cute.
Mm-hmm.
That is the most Joe thing I have ever heard in my life.
Always like
This is an
equilateral.
Amber's face moment
Equilateral.
if I ever heard one.
I could say, although you struck me as more of an isosceles kind of type.
Yeah. Ew. No.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
Joe.
misjudged gravely.
Joe, what kind of person do you think I am? Come on.
I'm on the side with the equilateral as well.
Thank you.
You know?
No obtuse fans in the room.
Nah,
Eh.
it's alright.
I just don't see the point of them, you know.
Yeah, they're kind of. Do you really need more than a 90-degree angle at any given time?
I think it's funny how we have so many opinions on triangles.
And apparently a lot about road signage as well.
Yeah. What other things come as
important stuff,
triangles?
man.
Pizza.
Oh.
Ooh, yeah.
Although doesn't it originate as a circle that becomes a triangle?
You're right.
When you.
Yeah, it's more of like an arc segment.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's not really a triangle. Unless you have like a weird square
Maybe
pizza
pizza.
that you
cut into triangles.
Yeah.
That, man, how would that even work?
Ah,
Or could you do
new
one?
pizza ideas.
Well, could you do
I sense
one
an
like
experiment.
What
Yeah,
about
often
a
here.
pizza octagon to satisfy I, Brian?
I would like that, and actually that'd be really easy to cut into triangles.
You're right.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking. You could have flat.
Or we could just make one big triangle pizza. Let's do that.
Just an enormous.
To satisfy this
All right.
request, we will make a giant triangle.
I'll call Marco's and ask them. I would like a large pizza, but can you make it in the shape of an equilateral triangle?
It has
Yes.
to be equal. They send us an obtuse. Ah.
All the angles must be the same. Okay.
We don't have a box. Make the damn box.
I'm gonna get out my protractor and compass, and I'm gonna measure it.
Should we move on to the next topic, or should we talk about triangles more?
I mean, I could talk about triangles all night, but we do have other questions to get to.
True. Although, when you ever did you ever have one of those little block things when you were little where you had to fit the shape into the hole and it fell in?
I hated
Like
those
the little
things.
plastic ones? Weren't triangles pretty fun with those?
I hated all.
It didn't
of
fit into the
shapes.
square. Sometimes you could fit some of them into the wrong ones if you really
You could if you worked hard at it, and
Yeah.
I worked so hard at it.
You were the creative side.
I tried so hard to think outside the triangle.
You triangled so hard.
Oh my god.
You, if at first you don't succeed, try triangle. That's my motto.
Joe.
Oh god. Joe is currently trying to stuff a star into a triangle, if you guys didn't know.
Yeah.
In case you didn't know.
When I said, remember how you have them when you're little, I actually have one in front of me right now that I'm trying to do.
At the moment.
That I've been trying for the past.
And that's not for this segment. He just has one.
He just had one.
Yeah.
That was beforehand. Last night he was stuck with the square and the circle.
Yeah.
That's what Joe does of a Monday night. He just tries to ram the triangle-shaped peg in the round hole.
Forget homework and editing and things. It's just, you know.
I've been working on this sucker for the past week, to be honest. Meanwhile, Jesse's completed a 1,000-piece puzzle. It's very impressive. Not quite as impressive as if I can get this triangle inside this circle.
Not to mention, Jesse put all the pieces on wrong.
Yeah, he put them in the wrong way, and it still made the right image. It's crazy.
Boom. Master.
Wow.
And he also
That
did
is
it upside
impressive.
down, so he couldn't see the image on top.
And
That's
he
the
had
crazy
a
part.
blindfold on.
Yeah, and when he kind of like scraped it off the table onto a platter and then flipped it upside down on the table, it was the exact image, just with the wrong pieces.
He also drank an entire bottle of vodka before. It was honestly one of the most impressive things I've ever seen.
I could have sworn I thought it was 3 bottles of vodka. I could be wrong.
It very well could have been. Just the fumes alone, I was feeling kind of woozy.
Yeah. The fumes were so much so that I accidentally put the square into the square hole. That's how
crazy
how
it
messed
got.
up I was.
He started matching shapes, guys. He thought back inside the triangle.
Ian wants to know our thoughts on the Illuminati.
Ooh.
Doesn't it make you feel a little Illuminati just talking about him?
No.
See, this is the kind of BS that Amber wouldn't put up with.
This is definitely another Amber's face moment.
Amber would be about ready to punch you right now, I think.
Amber would be. She would have already punched me 10 minutes ago.
You're right.
Oh, man.
The Illuminati, though.
Have you ever thought about joining?
Wait, you guys aren't members already?
Oh, wait a second.
Darn.
Isn't there
I mean, Illuminati,
sign-
I don't know what that is.
Isn't there sign the triangle? With
Is
the
it?
eye in the middle?
Oh, actually, it's a pyramid. Sorry.
Close enough. It's a triangle.
It's a bunch of
3D
triangles put together.
It's a three-dimensional triangle.
It
Right.
is the vortex of all triangles. How much more triangles?
The triangle of triangles.
Oh wait, although doesn't a pyramid have a square base?
Yeah.
But there
It
is
does,
something
yes.
that is comprised of triangles. I can't remember what that is though. That would be a true.
Oh, yeah, it's a... I want to say tetrahedron, but that's not right.
I feel like the Illuminati is more of a joke than it is something that most people would take seriously. Although
Oh,
I
there's-
think
I'm
it's-
sure that
I'm
people
pretty
would take it.
sure. I feel like the Illuminati is real, but I feel like a lot of the myths that come along with it are not.
That's probably true.
I think the idea of it is probably real, but like the specific or there's no actual organization that's called that.
I don't think Beyonce and Jay-Z are in the Illuminati. I don't think
No.
that.
According to Wikipedia, the Illuminati is a name given to several groups, both real and fictitious. Historically, the name usually refers to the Bavarian Illuminati, an Enlightenment-era secret society founded on May 1st, 1776. The society's goals were to oppose superstition, ironically enough, religious influence over public life, and abuses of state power. So it sounds like the Illuminati was kind of cool, actually, back in the day. I would probably join if it was still like this Bavarian Illuminati. I can dig.
I think now it's just like a bunch of like rich people.
Right, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Do you want to join the new Illuminati of Donald Trump?
Oh, yeah.
The alternative Illuminati.
It says, the Illuminati has been depicted as lurking in the shadows and pulling the strings and levers of power in dozens of novels, films, television shows, comics, video games, and music videos. Nowhere in that list does it include real life, but anyway.
But we wouldn't know.
Actually, the fact of the matter is that we, all three of us, are in the Illuminati. We're trying to play coy, as though we are not, because we
Joe, shut
caught.
up.
Darn, Joe.
But you know the answer.
You're gonna give it away, Joe.
And for all those who are listening,
They'll know that all they have to do is draw an equilateral triangle.
That's it. That's the only requirement. You just had to be able to draw a perfect equilateral triangle, and you're in, man. Then next thing you know, you're controlling global affairs. It's really that easy.
It's incredible. All I'm saying is, all you out there who suspect that we might be in the Illuminati, we are. We can confirm.
Mm-hmm.
And
That part.
Yep.
yeah. So, next topic. Jeff asks. This is a long one, so get ready. Was casting Billy Dee Williams as Lando in Star Wars Empire Strikes Back, 1980, a terrible attempt at adding a quote-unquote token black character that would reach a larger audience in a series with a primarily white fan base? Or is his character in casting an organic attempt at adding a more diverse character to a cast of already recognizable actors like Sir Alec Guinness and Frank Oz? Is he a marketing ploy, or a long overdue, unapologetically black character in a whitewashed galaxy?
I'm going to go with the second choice
That's
because
easy.
I don't think...
I don't think it really added much commercially.
Right. I don't
Yeah.
think it did not, like... Yeah, I just don't think it did that much for it. Like, if they were to do that... I think that the Samuel L. Jackson would have been more of that.
Oh, in the
That
prequels?
attempt at getting the black audience.
Yeah, that kind of seems like, or at least like, oh, Samuel L. Jackson's cool, let's throw him in, and he's black, so look there, diverse, like.
Yeah, and I think it's interesting that now people are making a huge deal out of the Childish Gambino being cast as Lando now to play young Lando, but was there as big a deal back then when he was cast, you know? I mean, it is kind of a big deal because it's Gambino, and Gambino is Gambino, Donald Glover. But
I know Billy Dee Williams did a lot of commercials, and I can't remember what for. I don't know if he did them before or after the movie, though. Oh, yeah, he was for Colt 45 in the 80s and early 90s, for which he received much criticism. Williams responded indifferently to the criticism of his appearance in the commercials. When questions about his appearances, he allegedly replied by saying, "I drink, you drink. Hell, if marijuana was legal, I'd appear in a commercial for it." Oh, so it doesn't sound like he was criticized for selling out. It sounded like he was criticized for promoting alcohol. Okay.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I guess from what I can tell, it doesn't look like he was super. I guess he starred in a movie with Diana Ross before Star Wars, which is pretty cool. But outside of that, it doesn't seem like he was really too well known. So I guess it.
Yeah, I don't think he was added because he was black. I think he was added because he was the best person for the role.
And he's just cool as hell.
Yeah.
And like back then, I think that's before George Lucas was taken over by like whatever demon forced him to create the prequels. So.
If I remember correctly, George Lucas is married to a black woman.
Yeah,
right?
he is.
But I don't know for how long and how much that would have affected.
But I don't think that like that, I don't know. Just, I don't see George Lucas as the type of person to cast a black person because, hey, he's black.
Right.
Yeah.
Black people like him. Let's get the black people.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, and I bet, especially back then, I don't think he had a whole lot of like star power or
That's
anything.
what it
Right.
doesn't sound like, yeah. So, yeah, I think
He wasn't like a Samuel L. Jackson.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, all I can say is I'm glad he was cast.
Mhm.
Jeff also follows this question by saying, or triangles. Jack says triangles are the way to go.
Well, Star Destroyers are in fact triangles.
Emily wants to know our thoughts on SpongeBob.
Well,
The movies are terrible.
the show though.
First movie was great.
The first movie was pretty freaking
Yeah,
amazing.
the first movie, I'll give you that.
I haven't seen the second.
The show
It
is
was fun.
fantastic.
Don't Space Jam it. That's all I have
No.
to say.
Oh god.
Joe and Space Jam.
People always say I hate Space Jam when all I said is that I like it but I don't love it.
Joe.
Which I
It's
know is a
Space
sin
Jam.
in and of itself.
It's Space Jam. Just like it's SpongeBob. Although my mom hates SpongeBob though.
Oh really?
I don't know why.
How do you hate? He's like a little Labrador Retriever puppy.
Yeah.
How can you hate him?
I think actually, if I when SpongeBob was first becoming super popular, my sister really enjoyed watching it. We didn't have cable, but we would go over to my grandparents' house, and she really enjoyed it. And because she liked it so much, I refused to watch it. And I would go into the other room and be like, SpongeBob's dumb. I'm not gonna watch this. This is so stupid. And then one time, my family got a VHS tape of SpongeBob episodes. And I was like, I guess I'll watch it. And then, of course, I loved it. And,
Because
and
SpongeBob's pretty freaking awesome.
within a couple months, I saved up enough money to buy the first season on DVD.
Oh,
Like
my
right when
God.
it came out, it was a pretty exciting day.
I'm waiting for
It
every SpongeBob episode to be on Netflix. That's what I'm waiting.
was for a while, although I
Really?
feel like after season 5, it kind of started to. But I hear it's really good again. So
Is
people
it?
are saying that ever since, because their creator left for a while,
Yeah.
and recently he came back again. And people are saying that that's made a lot of the difference, and that the episodes have been really good. So
Hey man, SpongeBob is SpongeBob. The first movie, I loved.
It's great.
The next couple, like Brian said, it's just
Yeah.
I
Not.
haven't
a
seen the
little
new movie.
disappointing.
Yeah.
I didn't like the new movie.
Nah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I do think that it's probably time for it to go. I feel like shows that
That's
just
like
get
the
drawn
end of the
forever.
era of an era though. Like
Yeah.
But like it's like shows like
when
that.
did it start? It was like what, 2000 or
It
something?
was 1999.
99. Right.
that's like
It's like-
Power Rangers leaving. You
Yeah.
can't
Yeah.
just get rid of Power
just-
Rangers.
I just kind of feel like it's hard for me to even be nostalgic about it because it's still like shows like that and Fairly Odd Parents and Arthur are still on with much.
Oh my
less
God, Fairly
great
Odd
shows.
Parents has to be done now. Please. They've ruined it. There's no coming
Yeah.
back. It has to go. Like, please be done.
Yeah, they've definitely ruined it. I can tell. Chris wants to know about effective communication methods or cats. Although probably not both at once, seeing as it's impossible to communicate with cats.
I
As far
communicate
as
with
Chris
Um,
knows.
my friend Ashley's cat and I have a we communicate often.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You don't say.
She gives me an evil look and then I give her an evil look back.
Ah.
That's the whole communication.
You guys have any good communication methods? What do you guys use?
I prefer words usually.
Yeah.
I mean, Brian, you have had to do a very successful pitch to sell the thing that you're working on. What
That's
kind
true.
of communication methods did you use to ensure a good pitch?
Again, words are pretty great, whether written or spoken. It's
Real question.
good.
What's your elevator pitch? Like, if Steven Spielberg walks in the room right now and you have like 60 seconds, what do you say to Steven Spielberg?
Oh man, it's easier when you're talking about like a movie premise or something like that. And
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, what are you pitching? Just
Yeah.
Yourself.
or-
if I'm just pitching myself, I'd just be like, I will do anything for you. Give me a job and I'll work my ass off for you. That's probably what I would do.
Period. That's it.
Yep. That's probably it. I
Al
don't care if
Roker walks in right now. What do you say to sell yourself?
Al Roker.
Al Roker.
Brian Brian is very interested in weather, and that's essentially his.
Al Roker
his
is not a real weather person.
What?
I'm sorry.
You wouldn't
What?
give your pitch to Al Roker?
No, I tell him go get a degree and then come back.
Oh.
No, it's not.
I would spit in his face.
Damn.
I would say you're not real.
I'm sure. I don't have a problem with him. It's just he doesn't know any more about weather than like Joe does. Really, I mean.
How do you know I don't know anything about weather, Brian?
Well, okay, Joe. What is considered an extreme amount of convective available potential energy?
I'd say about 2 milligrams. Next question.
That's wrong on every possible level.
I'll get the next one now. Give me another one.
Like, except for the fact that you use numbers, that's just absolutely.
Just hit me with another one. I don't need
Okay.
all that.
Let's see. If you're looking for large scale uplift, should you be in the right entrance region or left entrance region of a 300 millibar jet streak?
You're going to want to go on the right-hand side because most people are right-handed and therefore so will most of the clouds.
That's actually right.
So will
Wait, what?
most of-
What?
I'm pretty sure the explanation was atrociously wrong.
Yeah, the answer was right. The reasoning was just
Awful.
word salad.
Take that,
Word salad.
Take that, Al Roker. Take that, Dick Goddard. Oh, wait, you can't because you're retired. That's right.
Dead? Maybe. I kind of think he's been dead for a while now. But
Dick Goddard?
Dick Goddard's still alive. He just retired last year.
Oh, I know. No, I think he's been dead since about 2005.
Speaking of dead, let's talk about our sponsor.
Oh.
Have you ever wanted for your dog not to be dead? Then you might want to try BarkBox. BarkBox is a great monthly delivery service where you can get dog treats.
Have you ever wanted your dog not to be dead?
You get dog toys. And you get a lot of crazy dog joy. Let's be honest here. It's a totally new experience for you and your pup. Once a month, you will get a box delivered to your door filled with all kinds of goodies for your puppy dog.
And an undead dog.
Well, I don't see that in the fine print, but that's always a possibility. Essentially, if you get this...
Hey, Jesse.
Jesse just said
Hello.
Essentially, if you go to getbarkbox.com/canyounot, you can get a free month of BarkBox suitable for the size of your dog with a brand new theme every single month. How does that sound, dog people? So for all you...
Jesse, if you want your dog not to be dead, try BarkBox.
Then you should get a BarkBox. Otherwise, your dog will die.
I think that's how we should pitch it. Like, honestly, if you want your dog to live, you better get BarkBox.
Joe will come to your house.
Use our promotional code or else.
And you better use the promotional code. That's the only way. That little Oreo or Poochie or whatever you call your dog. Rover,
Those are the only 3 dog
Scarborough.
names.
Or Brian.
That's the only way they're getting out of this, is all I'm saying. Our next listener topic comes from Angeline. This is a tricky one because I've not seen the movie yet.
It's okay, you don't have to see the movie.
But she says, discuss the themes and symbolism in Get Out. Even if you haven't seen it yet, so much to discuss.
There is.
I've been wanting to see it.
Let me go to this.
Not seen
We
it.
need to talk about all of the symbolism in Get Out. Oh wait, no, that's
Well, there's the thing that happens with the person.
yeah.
From what
So should I give?
I assume
a spoiler?
there's a second act and things come to a head.
I don't want you to spoil it for me, Brian, but maybe you could at least explain to the audience the premise of the film, so they can get an idea of what the movie's about.
So, the idea of the film. In the trailers, and I can't give anything away. So
Wait, have
in
you
the
seen the
trailers, I have seen the movie.
Oh, okay.
And it was incredible.
I hear there's some pretty
I've heard good
plot
things.
twists, so.
There are some pretty crazy plot twists. So in the trailer, this black guy is dating a white girl, and black people are being kidnapped and becoming slaves.
And it's in this like small rural town in the middle of nowhere, right? Or no?
Somewhat, yes. They're like rich people, so they have a whole bunch of land.
Okay. So it's like a rich person's estate.
Yes, yes. Very, very, very rich people estate. So he goes to visit his girlfriend's parents, and some crazy things happen from there.
Oh, that sounds like the plan of Meet the Parents and Meet the Fockers.
Basically the same movie, I think. Actually.
But the black people, at least from what the trailer is giving you, are being hypnotized and forced to be slaves. So that is the basic premise of the movie.
By the way, you keep on saying this is what the trailer says. I'm getting that there's more to it.
Oh, there's way more.
I assume there's twists and that's not it.
Oh, there's way
Oh
more
boy.
to it.
Man, this is really hard to talk about without having seen it. That's
Yeah.
Oh, I want to tell you guys.
I really
so
want to
many
see it, but I also
I really want to see it.
I
Now,
don't
yeah.
want spoilers. Actually,
Hey Joe, what are you doing after
I was
this?
gonna say we should just pause
Seriously,
the
if you
podcast,
wanna go,
go
yeah.
see the movie, come back and talk about it.
Excuse me. And we're back. No, I'm just like-
What do you have to say about the themes and symbolism, though, Brian? Maybe you could lead the conversation.
Oh my gosh. So the first thing I want to say, without giving away anything in the movie, really, there's this thing that happens there's an exchange between black people and white people when they first meet, right? That's kind of covered a lot in the movie, where white people try so hard to let you know that they're not racist. Like, they try so unbelievably hard that they come across as racist. Not all white people do it.
Right.
Mainly white people that are used to interacting with black people do not do it. Like, you don't work hard at it. But if it's like one of your first interactions with a black person, they feel the need to like do something like drastic or like,
Quote unquote
you know,
inclusive.
yes. So one of the things in the movie that I found really funny was the girl was telling him how her dad will, like, the first thing he's gonna say is, I would have voted for Barack for a third term if I could have. And then her dad says it. And things like that happen to me, like, damn near every time I meet a new white person. And I think it's hilarious.
Can you share a couple more? Because I'm very entertained by this.
The fist bump.
Really?
Or the handshake. Yes, Jesse understands. Let me just give you guys some instructions here.
Okay.
Do not attempt the fist bump unless the black person puts the fist out. Otherwise, go for a regular handshake. Part 2. If you do not know how to dap someone up, do not attempt it. Just shake their hand. We get it. We understand, okay? And not all of us even dap each other up. Not all of us dap. Me and Jesse don't dap each other up every time we see each other. It doesn't happen. We shake hands or we say, hey, what's up, Jesse? I sing the Hey Jesse theme song. And then he gives me the fingers and all that.
I actually usually have the opposite problem, is that someone will try to dap me up and then I fail at it so hard and I just look stupid.
See, that's a whole nother. We're gonna have to do a
can
visual
honestly say-
episode on how to interact with a black person when you first meet them.
I can honestly say, and I've met.
Jesse on that one.
Yes,
That'd be
Brian,
hilarious.
Brian and Jesse give a tutorial.
I can honestly say that no one has ever tried to dab me up. Ever.
Thank God, because you don't have to. You don't have to suffer through it.
I would be so concerned and confused. If
See?
Yeah, I suck at it.
There's
I
so
feel
many
embarrassed.
different types of dap too. You just don't try it if you know you don't know what you're doing. All right. See,
Do you ever get the like, oh, I like your hair a lot?
And see, here's the thing. Different black people feel different way about the hair thing. Amber loves black people hair.
Really?
But Amber, I feel like Amber does it in a way that's not like, oh my God,
Like
why is it
fetishizing
white?
it?
Yes, like Amber said to Shelby like she was like, oh yeah, I love how black women's hair grows and stuff, but she wasn't like, oh my god, can I touch her hair? Oh my god, I wish my hair grew like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't strange. Now, it's different black people feel a different way about it. Mm-hmm. I personally, if you want to touch my hair, just tell me and I will let you touch my hair. I get questions from black people about my hair, so I don't think it's that weird. Now, when I had an afro before I started locking, and white girls in particular used to just stick their hands in my hair. Oh, I love it. That was one of the worst feelings on the face of the earth, because I worked very hard to get my afro in the shape that it was supposed to be.
Is that why you don't have one anymore?
No, I mean, I just wanted to lock. But yeah, just be very cautious. Think before you act. That is the main thing you need to know. Think before you do something that will embarrass you. That's the main thing.
Well, that's really good advice.
Mm-hmm.
See, we found a way of kind of talking about the themes of the movie without
Yes.
spoilers.
There's so much more to talk about that I want to talk about.
We should mention that this was written and directed by Jordan Peele of Key and Peele.
A genius.
I love
The
that
both
show.
of them are so genius. And that's another reason I actually really just want to see it, because I hear that he
And
did
there
an
are
amazing job
funny
for a first
parts
time
of the
director.
movie.
Oh yeah, it's a horror movie, but it's also a comedy film,
Yes.
right?
It's like
It's
very,
very,
dark
very
comedy.
funny and very, very scary at the same time. Like, this is like any black male that has ever dated a Caucasian woman has felt this fear, but it never, well, I don't know, I've never, you know, it might be based off a true story, who knows. But I've never, like, had that interaction, but it always, like, plays in my hand, like, what if they're extra ultra racist or like
Right.
crazy. Like, even when I meet my friends' parents, you know, like, it's always a weird thing,
Yeah.
you know. I mean, I spent a week at your house, you know,
Right.
like, without having met your parents,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it was a little like
Throwing you into the fire. Right?
like literally driving out to Joe's house, just me and Joe. If you've seen the movie Get Out, Joe lives in Oberlin. I met Joe like a month before that.
Yeah.
And then I stayed with him for a week
to work on the movie. That
to
we're
work on the
working
movie. Thank God. Joe's family is very nice. But those thoughts did run through my mind, you know?
Sure. And it's something that certainly we as white people take for granted. We don't have to
Yeah.
deal with
Yeah.
that particular stress. Like,
Well, at least not from other white people in the same way.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I've heard white people that are scared to go to the hood and think they're gonna get kidnapped or robbed or whatever.
Like,
But
just like they think they're gonna be like taken away. Like,
right, obviously you're not being forced to be a slave,
Right. Right.
you know,
Yeah.
or getting lynched or anything. You know, it's a little different.
Would
a
you like
little.
to talk about our next topic?
What's our next?
It comes from Andrew. He wants us to talk about the Nintendo Switch.
my
Crying face
God.
emoji and then okay emoji.
So I have not had any real like experience with this,
Yeah,
but I've seen a lot of terrible reviews.
Oh.
But I was really excited about it from the trailer that I watched.
I just don't really see the point of it.
I mean, it's like I don't know. It's like imagine you have a PlayStation 4 and then you have a PSP, right? And literally, you pick your PSP up from your PlayStation 4 while you're playing a game, and you can now walk away still playing that game.
Yeah. I think it's brilliant. I think
I
that's
think
a great
it's
idea.
brilliant too. And with Nintendo, like, I feel like that's like a revival of Nintendo, because Wii was like dying. I never even had any interest in getting a Wii U, but I have interest in getting a Nintendo Switch. But at the same time, like the playing with a friend feature, I feel like it won't be successful unless, like iPhones, where everybody has an iPhone. Sad face emoji for me because I have an Android.
Well,
But like, it makes it awesome because everybody has an iPhone. Like, if none of your friends have a Nintendo Switch, then you picking up and going with your Nintendo Switch is gonna mean nothing, you know?
well, and like that's kind of the thing that I wonder about is like, yeah, okay, so you're playing a game and you can take it with you, but that, like you said, there's already PSPs, there's already smartphones which you can play.
But the
thousands
idea of like,
games on.
okay, now I'm playing and I'm in a lift and I'm on the way home playing this game. I get home, I click my little thing into the TV, and I pick up another controller, and now I'm playing it on the big screen.
Yeah, you never.
You know, or like you could play it like 10 different ways. You know what I mean? Like where you set up the little screen and then you take off the handles and you could play it that way. Like I love the concept.
Other people could be having, I imagine, right? Like other people, like player 2, player 3, could have the controller in the same room and see what you're seeing.
And that's what I was saying. The part where, at least the part that had me really excited as a 2K fan, NBA 2K for those that don't
not the video resolution 2K.
Right. So they're on the trailer. 2 people had their portable part, like the 2 screens. They put them back to back, and they were playing sitting across from each other. They were playing each other. So I thought that was really awesome to be able to do that. Like, what if me and my friend both had Nintendo Switch, and we were like, oh, let's play 2K right now.
Yeah.
You know?
Right. Were you ever a gamer at all, Brian?
Yeah, kind of. But I had, back in the heyday of the Xbox 360, I got into like Mass Effect and that sort of thing. But
as Jesse points us at his Xbox 360.
Ah, nice. Yeah. It's still mine too.
Looks like you guys might have to have a face-off. As long as it's pro wrestling.
I don't think I've ever played pro wrestling.
I, on the other hand, am a huge PS person, PlayStation, Nintendo person. I never really was able to get into Xbox stuff except for Halo, but that I even played on the PC, so...
Yeah, I was a PlayStation guy, like, from the original PlayStation. I had that back in the day.
I love PS4, though.
And then I had my PS2, which was, I think, still my favorite system that I had, just with like the games that were for it, you know.
Currently at our house we have like 4 PlayStation 3s and a PS4, so you can imagine. And then we have a whole bunch of like GameCubes, and I think we have 2 Wiis, so you can imagine the gaming that goes on. Plus like 4 Nintendo DSs between my siblings. We game a lot.
You guys weren't here for our video game episode we did last June.
But
the audience knows, if they've listened for a while, that I was not much of a gamer, but I did PC and I did Wii, the greatest of all consoles, the one that people take the most seriously. By PC, I mean like Roller Coaster Tycoon and reading games when I was 4. So don't take that too seriously. But I just think, in theory, the Nintendo Switch sounds like what? How else could the video game console evolve outside of VR? Like, what's really?
Yeah.
Like, what else could you?
Well, I think
Wait
VR
until VR comes to Nintendo Switch.
Yeah. We still have to do our VR episode.
We do have to do that.
Oh man.
We do have to.
Are you guys getting like an Oculus Rift or something?
Well, I go to sometimes these VR meetings that are held in Akron and sometimes in Cleveland. I want to take Brian and Amber to one of them one time, but it just never works out timing wise. And then I wanted to do an episode about it, but it'll happen.
I have a lot more time on my hands now.
And our last question of the day comes once again from Andrew. He wants us to talk about the Greater Cleveland RTA's amazing Twitter account.
They have a Twitter account?
Oh, yes.
I was going to say I'm not familiar.
I have
to give my idea.
They even give an example. Greater Cleveland RTA tweeted, 11, this is a test, Route 11. To which Andrew replied, wait, a test? I didn't study. Can I have an extension, please? To which the Greater Cleveland RTA responded, only if you promise to advocate for more funding for public transit.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
Are they a Wendy's Twitter account? Oh my gosh. So first, before I get into this Twitter thing, I have the greatest Cleveland RTA idea of all time.
Oh.
I want to have a swag surfing flash mob on the health line. Please comment if you're down. If you're down with Brian's swag surfing flash mob on the health line, let me know.
Just to make things clear for our non-Cleveland or Ohio listeners, the RTA is our regional transit, our public transportation. So it's funny, actually, we have a lot of advocates of the Greater Cleveland RTA who listen to the podcast. One of them being Amber, who celebrated their Twitter account during the Cleveland RTA, or not RTA, now I'm saying RTA, Cleveland Republican National Convention that we had here, where they were doing their best to assuade people while the train lines were absolutely crazy and hectic that week. So I know she's celebrated that before. And Jeff, who asked a question earlier, is a huge fan of the GCRTA. And I myself am a big fan. So
I'm a fan.
You know,
I took the RTA to the championship parade though, and that was the worst. We literally got up and went to the right around the corner from here. Is it the Van Aken transit station? And we got there at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
We did not get downtown until 10 o'clock.
Okay.
Because we had to ride it back up towards Warrensville and then go down towards downtown. That's how crazy it was.
I got to the Brook Park station around 9:30 in the morning. Waited for 2 hours. The line, I wasn't even in the station property yet after 2 hours, and I just gave up and went home.
Yeah, and that was at 4 a.m. that we had to ride it all the way back and then come back down.
Actually, now that I take that back, Amber wasn't celebrating their response to the RNC. It was to the parade they had after the Cavs won the championship that she was saying that they did such a great job trying to
They tried.
work it out. Because they don't have the funding to try to do crazy crowds like this. You know?
But hopefully they will for... Well, they won't, but
It'd be nice if
they'll do better. They will be
get
more prepared because they won't have like a week's notice.
If I ever get insanely rich, I would love to just put a buttload of money towards the RTA here. That'd be great.
That's Joe's future plans.
That's Joe's dream.
That's my dream.
Funding the RTA.
Yeah. So, those were our viewer questions.
Some people want to cure cancer.
Joe wants to
I just
fund
wanna
the
fund the
GCRTA.
Hey, you know what though? If we hadn't expanded lines here, think of how many more people would be able to get even just job opportunities. If you had things going over to, like, say, further on the east side.
That would be cool.
You'd be able to get to the Cleveland
Here's the
Clinic
thing.
faster, which probably would save people with cancer.
That's
A couple of shout outs to the RTA for the student passes, because those are freaking awesome.
That's great.
I
It's like
use
Cleveland
it.
State Bank.
I hate all of it.
What do you mean?
We get no passes at John Carroll.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
We get
I don't
no
have a pass.
RTA.
I'm so sorry. Probably because you guys are a private school. Wait, does Case get them though?
That I don't know.
I
don't
think
know.
Case gets a discount.
Damn.
I mean, we
Well,
still
part two of my shout
we
outs.
still technically pay for it with our tuition.
Well,
it still
yeah,
has
but
to
it's nice. And then part two of my shout out is for the E-line and other things like it, where all you have to do is smile and you get a free ride.
That's great. And shout out to the blue line that goes right in front of our house. I love it.
Yeah. That part.
Yeah, I love the blue line. OMG.
Except for on parade day, I'm probably going to hate the blue line again.
Oh, you're assuming that we're going to win the
Oh,
championship
I'm
again?
definitely assuming that.
We are the championship city now.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll
And
win
hopefully next year.
Maybe
Jesse's face. Jesse's face has replaced Amber's face temporarily. Amber's face.
we actually had a fun episode right when the parade happened. It was a bonus episode.
Breathe.
Jesse's currently dying. But it's fine.
Anyway, thanks for listening to another episode of Can You Not. If you want to follow us, you can follow us on SoundCloud, soundcloud.com/CYN podcast. We're on Facebook, facebook.com/Can You Not podcast. We're on Twitter, twitter.com/CYNPLZ. We are on iTunes, a lot of your favorite podcasting apps. You can email us your thoughts, suggestions, ideas at canyonnotpodcast@gmail.com. And what did we learn today, guys?
Triangles are everywhere.
Yeah, I think we learned that triangles are
Triangles
the
are
best
everywhere.
shape. They are.
Are there triangles on Jesse's shirt?
There is. They're kind of zigzag.
Somewhat
You can see some
zigzaggy.
triangles in there.
They're more like parallelograms, I think.
Right.
Yeah, they are.
I
Yeah.
just got a lame square grid on me. I'm sorry, I'm not.
Yeah, because you're a
Nerd.
loser.
And what do you have in your shirt? Hi, Brian.
Just a
How many
guy.
triangles?
Just
Oh my gosh! Triangles.
triangles on the pillow.
There they are. Right there. I think it's an equilateral triangle even.
Yeah.
And I think that's the only thing we learned. So tune in next time
Yep.
to Can You Not?
And you're not.
And remember to think a triangle.
Yes.
Thank a triangle day. Thank a triangle
Celebrate the
day.
triangles in your life.
Not even confirmed.
Exactly. Oh my gosh,
I
he
think
wasn't
this-
even here for that part.
Isn't March actually Triangle History Month?
Shut
I
up.
swear it is. Like, I
Joe.
think we need to recognize.
Joe.
If we could
Amber
just take
might
a moment.
murder you.
Joe.
Amber might actually murder you.
I'm going to tell her you said
She's
that.
texting me right now her murder plans.
Oh my god.
If she was here and not getting her wisdom teeth out, she would say, "Can you not?"
Can you not, Joe?
Joe, can you not?